Good morning, all, and good morning and good afternoon, depending on where you live and all that wonderful stuff, and good night, depending on where you live. Why are you still up if it's really late where you are? What do you mean I woke you up? I'm sorry. This series is tied at one, and it's the only game of the night. Dallas and St. Louis. Now, when we look at this series, it's tied at one going into Dallas. St. Louis 3-0 on the road in these playoffs. There's been some debate, lively debate in the comment section about what that says about St. Louis or what it says about Winnipeg. On Dallas's side, they're 2-1 at home. So if Dallas wins at home, they're 3-1 at home. St. Louis is 3-1 on the road. I like that kind of thing. I like mirrored records like that. Now, Bennington's 9-11. That's a save percentage, and 2.61 is his goals against average. Bishop 938 save percentage and a 2.05 goals against average in these playoffs. Bishop's been excellent, but of course, because we're perfectionists in Dallas, we talk a lot about soft goals with him. And yet the 938 save percentage tells you he's probably saving a few that would go in the net on a regular goaltender. But Bishop is not a regular goaltender. At least not right now. He's been excellent in the playoffs. Now, if we look at scoring leaders on St. Louis, Pietrangelo is still your leader with 7 assists for the St. Louis Blues. Jaden Schwartz, 5 goals and an assist. O'Reilly, 2 goals, 3 assists. Perron, 2 goals, 3 assists. Parayko with a goal and 4 assists. Now, what stands out to me, Alexander Steen with just 1 goal in the 8 games. I know he's winding down his career. It's still surprising to see him with so few points in 8 games. And Barbashev with 1 assist. We know Barbashev can score. It's just a matter of when. And as a Dallas fan, I've got some fingers crossed that it won't be tonight, but we'll see. On the Dallas side of things, Jamie Benn, 2 goals, 6 assists, leads them in scoring. Rupe Hintz, 4 goals, 3 assists, and he's become very popular in this side of the pond. I say this side of the pond because I know there's certain parts of Europe that were probably already pulling for Hintz pretty big before this series, before the playoffs started. I was well aware during the regular season of how good this kid was. The offense has been a bonus. He doesn't need to score like this to be useful to the team, but if he can score like this and do all the other things he normally does, pretty good player. Klingberg, a goal and 6 assists. Radulov, 4 goals, 2 assists. Zuccarello, 3 goals, 3 assists. And Tyler Seguin with 2 goals and 4 assists. On the slow side of things, Foxa with 1 assist. He always scores less than you expect from him. And Blake Como. I mentioned Como because he's had an excellent playoffs. 1 goal, 1 assist from him. And he's been around the net a lot. I feel like he's probably due for a bit of a breakthrough. Now, if you look at the stats from games 1 and 2, it's interesting. Because, of course, Dallas loses the first game 3-2. They win the second game 4-2. But if you look at the numbers, Dallas may have played better in the first game than the second. They outshot St. Louis 29-20 in game 1. They outshot them 35-34 in game 2. Hits, they out-hit St. Louis 24-22 in that first game. St. Louis out-hit them 24-16. Although, my theory on hits has always been this. You can only record a hit when you don't have the puck. So the team that gets the most hits is often the one that I think is chasing the puck during the game. Shot blocks, 16-13 in favor of St. Louis in game 1. 18-5 in favor of Dallas in the second game. So that's a number that may explain to you why Dallas was able to break through in that second game. Penalty minutes were tied at 10 in the first game. 14-8 for Dallas in that second game. That's not a stat you want to be leading in, penalty minutes. But Dallas killed off what they had to. 5 power plays for St. Louis, and none of them ended up putting them in the back of the net. And that was a large story from that second game as well. So we'll see in game 3, with it being in Dallas. Does that favor Dallas? Does it favor St. Louis? We'll know probably by the end of the third overtime. I figure, because last night we finished the night without any games out of the 2 going to overtime, that this one should go to triple, maybe 4. Wouldn't be the first one for Dallas. That's for darn sure. Anybody remember the 2007 game against Vancouver? I do. I was up late that night. Come on, let's get a goal. Anyways, Dallas, if they can win this one tonight, They go into the driver's seat in this series. St. Louis, if they win this one tonight, they're in the driver's seat up 2-1. So this is a very big game for both of these teams, and we'll see how it turns out. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. And yeah, that's it. Just this one game. And it's on at 4:30 Eastern, or 4:30 Pacific, 7:30 Eastern. So there you go. It's on at an earlier time than it would be in Dallas normally. By about half an hour. All right. Thank you guys so much for all your support. 86,000 and all that. It's been crazy, hasn't it? Thank you guys for all the sharing, liking, commenting, all these wonderful things that have been going on. And I'll talk to you again soon.